Coming up on this episode of Ram Center, we are highlighting all of our fall sports here at Rockford, as well as previewing sports for the upcoming winter season.
Like most schools, the Rams have some remarkable athletes. We are taking a better look to what they have done over the past 3 months. All this and more here on Ram Center. Stay tuned.
This is Ram Center.
And this is how you never give up on a play.
It's junior Eli Haddad taking the kick return. He's gonna go through some traffic, jumps over a guy, bounces off another one. He's still going. Look at him go. Look at him go all the way down to the 50. Jumps. Oh my. He's still going. He must have been dizzy. I know I would have been.
Oh yeah, you cannot handle that heat.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Ram Center. I'm Noah Stallworth.
And I'm Ben Bosher, excited to bring you another edition of Ram Center Day, as we will start with Coach Munger and the football team. Providing he could lead the Rams to the playoffs, it would be his 24th consecutive appearance, and he did just that.
Rockford football had what seemed to be a bad start in the regular season, starting off 1-3, but Rockford, beating all odds, finished the regular season at 5-4 and surprised many, becoming district champions. Rams opened up with a 27-7 loss at home against the Illinois powerhouse Loyola Academy. Rockford knew coming out of the gates that this wouldn't be an easy battle, as Loyola has won several of the past state championships in the state of Illinois. After the opener, Rockford went away to take on Lowell, shutting them out 36-0.
Rockford then returned home to lose to West Ottawa after a late fourth quarter comeback led by senior quarterback Isaac Van Dyke. Rockford would then drop to 1-3 after losing to the Sailors of Mona Shores.
After this loss, Rockford began their 4-0 run with wins against Grand Haven, Caledonia, Hudsonville, and Granville, securing a spot in the playoffs. Rockford then beat Traverse City West 18-13 in round 1 of the playoffs and beat Hudsonville again by a close 3 points to take the district championship.
The Rams were finally defeated, losing a very close game by 1 point against Saline on their home turf. Congratulations to the Rams football team on their commitment and remarkable season.
After the playoffs, our team had a chance to meet with Coach Munger. He talked with us about his long career with the Rams and beating the playoff record in the state with 24 consecutive appearances.
Rockford football, a program known around the state, which can only be as good as
All right, now here's the second part to this.
the coach behind it all.
You've got to know this guy. Who's
Meet
ever there?
Ralph Munger,
Eyewall him if you
a man
don't.
who's been a part of this program since the beginning,
He's been around forever.
coaching the youth at kids camps all the way up to his varsity team. Coach Munger has not just been around, but has always been defined by
Just a passion for football.
that passion drove him as a student athlete, so much so
On his outside shoulder.
Munger knew it could not end there.
I was a senior. I just knew that I could not walk away from the game
So the only other option was,
to get a degree and become a teacher coach.
and that's just what he did and what he's been doing for the past 24 years.
Or if he came inside, as soon as you go like that, he's firing off. Wham!
And for all those 24 years, Coach Munger has never missed a playoff run,
It's awesome.
and he loves it.
Okay, it truly is, because it's do or die. It's win or go home.
When playoff time hits, the intensity definitely ramps up. Even before he came to Rockford, he had an incredibly successful career at Frankenmuth, where they made the playoffs as well.
To break this record is no easy task, and Coach Munger knows he must develop a mentality for upcoming challenges.
You just have to remind them of what's at stake and what they've been working hard for.
That hard work starts in practice.
He makes sure that we have practice right, because if we don't practice right, then we're not going to play the way we're supposed to.
His strategies stick with players through their college careers and for a few top athletes all the way to the NFL.
Coach Munger was very influential in my career in football. I think he set the foundation for where I'm at right now. I think without his guidance and stuff in high school, especially in those formative years of my career, I don't know if I'd be where I'm at right now. He taught me the work ethic that I have today that kind of carried me through my NFL career.
One of Coach Munger's talents is seeing the potential in his athletes that sometimes they don't see for themselves.
I didn't know that there was something for me to discover if it wasn't for him. I just, I thought I was just going to play hockey, and, I kind of had things set, and I was like, yep, okay. It was just kind of in my mind. I didn't really have the push yet. until he really sat me down and was like, I think it was my junior year. He really sat me down and was just telling me, you have this. You just gotta, find it.
And once you find it, it's an impact that stretches far beyond the field.
And that's one lesson that'll always take from football with him, but him in general, is you're never done growing as a person.
He's like an icon for Rockford football.
Over the years, Munger has become very well respected.
All season he's been a big mentor for me.
But I would really say he set a foundation that I've built the rest of my life on so far.
As well as a foundation for our community.
Uh-oh! This guy pinches.
Although we don't know how much longer Munger will take this to the field, we know his legacy will last a lifetime. This has been Paige Johnson with Ram Center, signing off.
As we mentioned earlier, Munger's 24th consecutive playoff appearance is an incredible accomplishment.
That's right, and he's not just a great coach, but a great guy as well. He's fun just to have a conversation with.
While he hasn't made a decision yet, Munger, like all great coaches, has put together a fantastic career and is close to retirement. Speaking on behalf of all of the Rockford community, we would like to thank him for all that he has done, and we wish him the very best.
With all old careers, however, comes a new era. We may not know whether or not there will be a new football coach, but there was a brand new head coach for the girls' swim and dive team this year.
Coach Sarah Tao had a very successful first season for Rockford. She had many leaders that came up from the junior and senior class, and Tao was able to coach them to finish very high in the state.
The Rams started off the season with a win against Ann Arbor Skyline and Forest Hill Central, then went on to take second place at the West Michigan Relays. The Lady Rams would go on a 3-game win streak against Catholic Central, Zeeland, and Grand Haven.
The Rams' only loss in the regular season would come to West Ottawa by 1 point. Rockford finished out the final games of the season with wins against Granville, East Kentwood, and Hudsonville. The Rams rolled down the competition on the path to the state finals, finishing the year 4th in the state. Great job, Rams, and Coach Sarah Tao on a remarkable first season.
Strong leaders and strong coaches always make for a very successful season. Seniors Morgan Krause and Elise Gendritz made for a great combination with the new coaching face, and as we saw, ended with a great season. Krause is committed to swim for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and Gendritz is committed to dive for the Cornell University in New York.
We got a chance to talk to Morgan about her final season and what kind of changes the team had to overcome with the new coach for Morgan's final season with the Rams.
Meet Morgan Krause.
So I started doing Riptide when I was 10.
She practices about 18 to 19 hours a week, and it has impacted her character in many ways.
I don't know, I think it just has given me a really good work ethic and time management and stuff like that. Because outside of practice, I'm here all the time. So balancing everything, all of my ambitions for school and for athletics it's helped me, I feel be more successful because it's forced me to get those things done.
Last year, she was state champion, and she became the state record holder in the 100 fly.
I've gotten to represent Rockford at 2 junior national meets over the past 2 years, soon to be a 3rd, and I was a part of our state championship team in 2016.
She hasn't always been this talented, though.
My freshman year, I dropped about 4 seconds in my 100 fly, and that could have been it, and I could have been that's good enough for me, but it wasn't.
And she still continues to practice that perseverance.
Even with winning state last year and holding a state record, I feel I'm just not satisfied with that. I want to keep pushing it, get that time lower. I want to just keep opening those doors and keep pushing.
Not only does Morgan push herself, but her peers and teammates play a large role in her improvement.
I really love the team aspect. When you're by yourself at a meet, it's really hard to want to do well. But when you have your team members all around you and screaming and just so excited to be at the meet and to do really great things, that's what makes it all worth it, and that's what makes the sport a lot of fun.
This has been Brianna Walney with Beyond the Rock School News.
Morgan Krause, a senior athlete for the Rams, had an incredible career at Rockford, holding 5 total school records and finished with 3 pool records. Congratulations to her on a successful 4 seasons, and we wish her luck on the next chapter of her swim and dive career.
Coming up next, we will be taking a look into the water polo and volleyball teams, who both had a very deep run into the playoffs. Find out more right after the break.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
During the last 3 years, head coach John Haga and the Rams have had a 97-6-2 record.
97?
You heard that right. 97-6-2.
Crazy.
Yeah. The Rams have gone on to win 7 consecutive regional titles and 25 district titles in a row.
That's crazy. And coming into this year, the Rams had lost 13 seniors, making it one of the toughest years during the Haga era. The polo team, however, was not left leaderless. Junior Elijah Chino made a huge impact this year with weekends like the Jenison Invite, where he scored 16 goals and collected 8 steals. Against Zeeland, Chino scored 9 goals out of the 12 the Rams managed to put up.
The water polo team managed a 35-6 record. They went on a 9-0 start to the season before losing 5-6 against Huntsville late in August. They later went on a 5-0 stretch before another loss to the Eagles.
The next 13 games, Rockford went 10-3 with 2 losses to Hudsonville and 1 to Okemos, who they had previously beat 4 times. Towards the start of October, Rockford would take a huge win against the Eagles by winning 14-11, which would be the start of an 11-0 stretch for the Rams.
The polo team would lead into the state championship, with that win streak being broken by a 6-8 loss against Hudsonville in the regionals. Rockford beat Ann Arbor Huron in the first round of the state finals and then lost to Okemos in the second round. Rockford took 3rd overall in states. Great job to the boys water polo team on another spectacular season.
The Rockford water polo team has had one of the greatest legacies dating back to the early 2000s. Another sport that has been just as good is our volleyball team. Here's our very own Kaya Kares to give us the scoop on the Lady Rams.
Thanks, Noah. The Rockford volleyball team has had an incredible season. With the team motto being Rise to the Challenge, the Rockford Rams volleyball team did just that. They started the season off prepared for any obstacle in their way. Losing the 4 top players to college is a hard loss, but the Rams were able to fill those spots with senior captains Emily Carlsey as their setter and outside hitter Lindsay Taylor. Along with those seniors are Emmy Webb as middle hitter and Alyssa Judge as outside hitter. Also on the court was junior Madeline Long as libero and Claire Phillips as middle. With notable victories against rivals such as Lowell, Grand Rapids Christian, and Hudsonville, the team was excited to enter playoffs. The first round against Hudsonville was a challenge, but ended with a Rockford victory by winning 3 out of the 5 matches. The rest of playoffs seemed to be a breeze to this Rams team, shutting out Grand Haven and Gull Lake. They went on to play Northville in semifinals, winning by 2 matches. They ended the season with a tough loss in the last match of state finals against Lake Orion, finishing their run ranked 5th and leaving the 2018 year with the title of Division I state runner-up. 4 seniors that were on the starting lineup will graduate again. However, the Rams are left in good hands, with juniors Madeline Long and Claire Phillips taking charge into the next season.
And I don't have any doubt they'll be just as good as they were this year.
Oh, of course. Another team that will be left in very good hands is the girls' golf team. The whole team had great seasons. The 6 varsity girls, consisting of 3 seniors, 2 juniors, and 1 sophomore, had a record-breaking year. Kennedy Stoll was named varsity captain to start the season after coming off a fantastic junior year with the Rams. Along with her, the varsity team was made up of seniors Sydney Green and Lexi Lemkuhl, juniors Elena Zeidema and Emily Vriesinga, and sophomore Lily Schneider. This 6-girl squad would go on to break the school record for 18 holes previously broken in 2003, and then break their own record again just 4 days later.
The Rams consistently placed 2nd and 3rd all season and finished 3rd place at the conference match. They then placed 4th at the regional match, with the Rams' top golfer Kennedy Stoll finishing 8th and earning a chance to play at the individual state match for her 2nd year in a row. Congratulations to the Rams on another incredible season, and best of luck next year to the returning golfers.
Coming up next, we have Erica Vanderlende and Arthur Ma on their respective cross-country and tennis seasons.
We also will highlight the soccer team on their 2018 season hopes. All this and more coming up next on Ram Center.
Sportsmanship is an essential part to being an athlete. It's all about being fair and generous towards others.
You swim like you look. Like a whale.
Sportsmanship should take place on and off the field. Sometimes that includes online.
Do you always play that bad? Great playing with you tonight. I can't wait for our next game.
Sportsmanship, on and off the field, and online.
Continuing with the outdoor sports, both boys and girls cross country took place during the fall this season here at Rockford. Both teams had a very successful season.
Starting with the girls, returning senior Erica Vanderlende was looking to have an incredible finish to her high school career after winning states the year before. Big wins for the ladies included the 2nd OK Red Jamboree. The Lady Rams lost the 1st Jamboree in a tiebreaker by 1 point and were able to overcome the odds and pull out the win despite the conditions. Other wins included the Allendale Invite, Conference Finals, and Regional Finals, ending the season with a 7th place finish at the state meet.
The boys struggled a little more this season. Even with the loss of their top 3 runners, however, they were able to make this season better than anyone expected. They managed to pull out a win at the early bird meet in Portage, Michigan, and finished the conference meet with a second-place finish. Great job to both teams, and good luck next season.
Erica Vanderlunde, of course, had another dominant season with the Rams, and her times got her a scholarship to run at the University of Michigan for the next 4 years. Our team talked to her about her high school career and how she performed this season.
When you hear the term star athlete, who comes to mind? Perhaps someone with a big ego and loud voice. Someone who knows they're good. Rockford's latest star athlete is nationally renowned for cross country and track, with records that decimate nearly all in-state competition. But after talking to her,
I don't really do much else besides running.
You'd never guess it. Meet Erica Vanderlunde, the humble heroine of the Lady Rams cross-country team. Even with the success she's already achieved,
The ones in state, yeah, typically I win.
she still pushes herself at every opportunity.
Typically train every day, 3 to 5. I guess maybe like I do 40 miles a week, if that makes sense.
And always rises to a challenge.
The top girls in the state were there, so I was kind of like nervous, didn't know what to expect. And Allendale's a fast course, so going into it, I knew I'd have competition. That race was pretty fun. It was like one of the few cross-country races where I've just been pushed the whole time, and I was able to get a PR and win, so it was pretty exciting.
And what motivates her most?
My teammates inspire me. We all put in a lot of work, so just seeing them putting in the work just makes it seem worth it that I'm doing it too, I guess.
A soft-spoken star.
I'll have to check the books, but I think that is right there the 3rd fastest time in the history of this meet.
It may seem like an oxymoron, but for Erica Vanderlunde, it proves true. This has been Emily Arnold with Rams Center, signing off.
Congratulations to Erica and all of her accomplishments, including several school records and conference, regional, and state championships. All the best to her as she continues her running career at the collegiate level.
Erica was the star this year, and she was dominant in nearly all of her races. The boys' soccer team, however, had a star of their own, and right next to him were incredible teammates to make this season one to remember for the Rams.
The team had an 11-2-4 regular season, with only losses coming to Okemos and East Kentwood. Trevor Durfee, a team captain for the Rams and Hope College commit, had a remarkable season. Scoring 14 of the Rams' 32 goals, he was one of the Rams' highest scoring players. Other notable players will be Matt Brower and Adam Gushaw. Congratulations to the boys soccer team on another incredible season, and we wish them the very best. And I actually got a chance to see them play this year, and they were really, really fun to watch.
Oh, they were playing soccer on a different level than everyone else. The Rockford Rams tennis team had another year for the books. This senior-led team was on a mission to make it to the state tournament. They knew that the road would not be easy, but they were, of course, willing to put in the work.
The Rams finished second in the conference in the regular season, only falling below Hudsonville. This earned Rockford a spot in the regional tournament. Battling against the best teams in West Michigan and the brutal weather, Rockford finished second in that tournament as well, securing a spot for them in the state tournament and accomplishing the seniors' goal.
The Rams started off the final strong, winning their first 5 matches, then battled some adversity, ultimately finishing 15th in the state. Head coach Thomas Heising is proud of his team, and he says that it's pretty cool to be able to say that you're one of the best teams in the state and couldn't be more happy with how the season went. Good job, Rams, and we hope to see you back at states next year.
All of the seniors said they were very proud of the season as well. Captain Ryan Blackburn told me he wouldn't be surprised if the Rams were even better next year than they were this year, as there are many young stars on the team. All of the seniors will be missed, and we hope their stories continue on with them. There is one senior varsity athlete, however, that story is a little bit cooler than the others. Arthur Ma made the varsity team this year, and we sat him down to talk about his long journey to this point in his tennis career.
Ever since his sophomore year, Rockford High School senior Arthur Ma had one dream: to make the varsity tennis team.
When I first played tennis in middle school, I played on both during my 7th and 8th grade. It wasn't really that interesting for me. We didn't do too much.
Then, during his freshman year, Arthur made it onto the JVB team. Varsity wasn't his goal yet.
But then during my sophomore year, when I missed tryouts and they put me on the same team I was on my freshman year, I wasn't too thrilled. And that was when I was thinking, oh, I need to improve and I need to show everyone I can make it. So then that's when I just started devoting more of my time to practices.
Improvement steadily became Arthur's focus, and varsity his goal.
MVP, we had like group lessons. I also took private lessons. And then occasionally I would go hit with other people who were on the varsity team.
After months of practice, it was time for one last shot.
After the third day of tryouts, when they summoned all us to the bleachers, that's how we determined the teams. And I knew that one of those groups was the varsity team.
Little did Arthur know, this would open a door to brand new possibilities.
It's like everything came out for me. All the pressure was lifted to get in, and then I was so ecstatic to be with my new teammates.
Arthur reminds us to work hard, even when the going gets tough.
Stay determined and just keep at it, even if it seems impossible. If they know they have that conviction inside that they want to do it, then they have to keep going at it and work to get to that point.
This has been Evan Coberly signing off with Rams Center.
For those of you who know Arthur, you know how much fun he is to talk to. And it was really cool to hear he made the varsity team for the first time.
And not only is he a cool guy, but have you ever heard his word for the day?
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know half of those words.
Up next here on Ram Center, we will preview all of our winter sports for the upcoming season.
And we will highlight the long career that is coming to an end here at Rockford. Stay tuned.
Sports are loved by many, young and old. A shared passion that fuels dreams. Dreams of true happiness on the field. But every day, referees are disappearing from our fields. Little by little, less of those dreams are being realized. Be the difference. Officiate today.
Ben, I know you're all bummed out that all the fall sports are over.
Oh yeah, nothing beats those Friday night lights.
Well, don't get too bummed out, because we have more than plenty of teams and athletes to keep your eye on this winter season. The boys basketball team has already come off a great start, going 2-0 with wins against East Grand Rapids and a nail-biter fourth quarter comeback against Grand Rapids Union. The two big men down low and captains, Ashton Perkazinski and Nate Barino, are ready to go into battle this season and are hoping to do some big things in the postseason that Rockford has not done in a long time.
Along with the boys, our Lady Rams are hoping to have a season of their own. Captains Anna Glynn, Rachel Schuler, and Danielle Amancusa have led the team to a 1-0 start. Brad Wilson, in just his second year as head coach with the Rams, is hoping to make a deep run in the playoffs.
The Rams on the ice have already had an excellent start to the season. Kay Baumgartner, senior captain, and Kevin Healy, leading scorer, have led the Rams to win 7 of their first 8. It looks as if Rockford is going to have another great season on the ice.
Both girls and boys ski teams are excited for the season to start as well. Returning senior Nick Rupert can already call himself a state champion, as he won the giant slalom last season. He's looking to do the same thing this season in an even better fashion. Haley Yeager, the star of the girls ski team, is also chasing a state championship of her own.
The competitive cheer team is also chasing gold. Captains Nikki Dion, Caitlin Kennedy, and Kelsey Reicher are looking to lead their team towards some amazing scores this season, with hopes to outscore all the competition in the state. We wish best of luck to all our Winter Rams athletes this season and hope you can surprise us with more and more crazy stories.
Of course, in order to have the sports that we have here today, there has to be someone running the show. For Rockford, that is Mr. Erickson. After being our athletic director for 11 years, he has announced his retirement from the position and is saying his final goodbyes as the year draws to an end.
A lot goes into this job, and it is no easy task. We had the pleasure of sitting him down to see the enormous responsibility placed on him and how perfectly he executes it.
Who's going to be the person that goes like, action?
Meet Athletic Director Tim Erickson.
Okay. This is my 36th year in education at Rockford High School. What happened?
And in those 36 years, he played a few different roles.
Or in the Rockford Public Schools. I actually started in the middle school. I was teaching phys ed and in the industrial arts department.
Then from North, traveling over to East Middle.
Athletic coordinator, activities coordinator. It broke in 2 places. Good luck with that. And then moved on to assistant principal at East Rockford Middle School.
Then up to the big house at RHS.
School as assistant principal for a couple years. And then moved into the athletic director role. These things kind of stick together. Whoop.
Where he would find his home for the next 11 years.
Hi, this is Tim. Yeah, we can move that soccer date. Well, this job, like many others probably, there really isn't a typical day.
When he comes in, he starts with administrative work, but there's always a bump in the road.
Going through emails and handling paperwork making phone calls, working on schedules. And there's always things that come up, putting out fires and getting things ready. Conehead. Well, I like spending time with the student athletes, watching them perform, watching them compete.
That'll wrap up our fall and winter stories for the show. However, no sportscast would be complete without seeing the top plays of the season. So here are our picks for the top plays from all of the fall sports here at Rockford High School in 2018.
6 Gillies back deep. The snap is too high for Jack Richardson. He's going to throw it. Yeah,
Oh
Connor
my
White! Go!
Going. Richardson
Oh,
still,
he's
on,
still on
his
his
feet. Still on his feet.
He's still
down
going.
the right sideline. He's cut back.
We have had some crazy plays so far this year, and I'm sure many, many more to come as we're just getting started with the second of 3 seasons.
Oh yeah. Thank you all for tuning in on this episode of Ram Center. I'm Ben Bosher.
And I'm Noah Stallworth. Have a great season, Rockford.